Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Maddie. I am a registered nurse and I've got experience both in the ICU and in the PACU where I currently work. My whole purpose for this channel is to just be inspiration, to give nurses hacks, and to help nursing students as well. So you can probably tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about low stress but maybe high paying nursing jobs that you might be interested in. And before we jump into what those jobs are, a quick little reminder to hit the like button if you like today's video, to subscribe if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more and be notified about it, and maybe even comment what kind of job you might be interested in going into, or if you're currently in one of these jobs, let us know how you like it. So without further more, let's get straight into the video. So if you clicked on today's video, maybe it's because you're finding your current job stressful. Nursing as a whole these days seems to be getting more and more complicated and even stressful. Nurses are looking for options that are beyond the bedside, which is great. And I hope that at some point we can break the stigma that those who don't work at bedside aren't real nurses, because that is not true. That is not the case. You've gone to nursing school and you've gotten the credentials and the license, so you are a nurse no matter where you are, even if you don't work bedside. Let's start with the first job. So the first job that I want to talk to you guys is biotech nursing. I have my laptop here just so I can give you guys the facts. You don't have to be a nurse to be a biotech like sales representative, but if you are a nurse, you will be first pick. And this is why. It's because one, you've likely worked with the technology before at the bedside, you have actual skills with it, and you understand the physiology of how certain things work. So for example, when I worked in the ICU, the cardiac ICU, we had the Impella device, which is what was like a ventricular assist device, helping the heart pump and improving cardiac output for patients. If I decided to go into biotech nursing, I would probably choose something like the Impella to be a sales rep for, because I've used it, I've seen how well it works, I would want to advocate for it, and I understand the physiology of how it works. It's not limited just to cardiac related things or devices. It could be new devices like in the hospital. You probably see them a couple times a year, and maybe it's something to monitor urine output better. Perhaps it's something to monitor temperature better. Perhaps it's a new kind of bed that has better functions. It doesn't matter. You can choose one of these fields and you'd be able to be basically a sales representative for it. This would also include like pharmaceuticals too, if you're interested in that route. So now we're all curious, what is the average salary for a biotech job? And it is between $65,000 and $70,000 starting out. It's pretty low stress because you're just giving information and maybe even gathering feedback and information from other nurses on how to improve a product that you can take back with you. The only major con is that a lot of times you do have to travel. However, there's a good portion of it that is from home as well. So it's going to be a mixture of being on site, on hospital, traveling, and at home. So that might be something you're interested in because it is still low stress. The second nursing job is something that has become more and more popular in the past year or two, and that is aesthetics nursing. Aesthetics nurses make somewhere between $80,000 and $90,000 a year. The pros and cons of this is that you do have to build up like a client base, which can take a little bit of time, and depending on where you work, you might even have to work with like a commission. However, there are a lot of places that do work with hourly pays. Because I'm not an aesthetics nurse and there are a lot of people out there who shared their lives and their jobs, I am going to do my best to link a video for each type of nursing job that I'm talking about today, and somebody who's either vlogged about it or has a little bit more information about it, just so you guys have more info than what I'm giving you. So aesthetic nursing is also very low stress. You do become very skilled in maybe administering Botox, maybe doing certain facials, using certain skin dermatology techniques and things like that. So it might be a good option for you if you want something non-bedside, but you still want to work face-to-face with people. All right, the third option, which is my particular favorite that I thought I would include, is PACU Nursing. Now, this is something that is still somewhat bedside, but not entirely, because you're not spending 12 hours with the patient. and it can be both in hospital and it can be in an outpatient setting. A PACU nurse's main job is to recover patients following anesthesia. Now, if you're in a hospital setting, you might do a little bit more bedside care. You might have to place an IV. You might have someone who ends up going to the ICU and they just require a little bit more care before transferring. Or if you're in an outpatient setting, you're really just protecting and making sure that their airway is okay as they wake up from the anesthesia and then getting them on their way out the door. So it depends on how much stress you want or you're looking for. And PACU nurses make roughly $65,000 to $80,000 per year. Obviously, all of these salaries depend on where you work, and they're usually based on starting pay, so I'm sure there's room to increase. Another nursing job that I found super fascinating, and even I looked into at one point, is legal nurse consultant. Legal nurse consultants make somewhere between $75,000 and $90,000 a year. Basically, their main job is to prep information and look through policies prior to a court hearing, and sometimes they can even be used as like an expert witness for a certain case. Okay, the next job option that we have is nursing informatics. Informatics nurses make roughly $95,000 per year starting. Most informatics nurses do have to have some bedside experience first, and a lot of them do require like a master's degree, which would be about 2 years of schooling for informatics. And what a nurse does in this field is they collect and analyze data and information to make processes better in the hospital or lower cost. So they're just analyzing data from certain patient populations or a certain process of how they do things. And their whole goal is to just make things better in the hospital. Maybe to lower the cost for the patient, lower cost for the hospital, make staffing environment better, create a better environment for the patient. Like maybe there's been a lot of instances with beds not working and it's time to look into a new type of bed that would fit the patient population better. Or maybe there are a lot of CAUTIs, which would be like catheter associated infections, and they're analyzing the data and creating new policies to get catheters removed early or find out when they're actually necessary so that they can decrease like infections over time. This kind of starts to carry over into research nursing, which is a whole other job, but it is fascinating and another good option. So, but nursing informatics is still kind of its own thing. And that is everything I have. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and let me know if you're interested in any of these jobs. If you want more videos like this too, maybe I could just cover more jobs that maybe you haven't heard of. There might be jobs that are outside of bedside that would be fascinating to know about. Let me know in the comments down below and I'll try to make another video covering those types of jobs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you all the best in the start of this new year, and I can't wait to make more content like this. And again, let me know if there's anything you want to know in particular and that you find helpful. Tutuanana, I'll see you guys later.